Welcome back to Built to Last. I'm Ted Bennett, and today we're in Ann Arbor, Michigan to find out why the big house is built to last. In an era where sports facilities are built, then bulldozed 20 years later, sports infrastructure is largely a throwaway culture. Now, Michigan Stadium at 98 years old stands in stark contrast as a monument to longevity and infrastructure. What has made Michigan Stadium built to last? The story of the Big House begins way back in the Roaring '20s with a vision that was planned far out into the future. So let's go back to the very dawning of college football. In the Roaring '20s, college football's popularity began skyrocketing. Historically, baseball and rugby had been popular, but rule changes finally made college football safe yet exciting, appealing to a much larger audience. And back then, Michigan played football at the 42,000-seat capacity Ferry Field. But Michigan had become a top 10 team, and Ferry Field was now just too small for the number of fans clamoring to see the Wolverines. Michigan's athletic director, Fielding Yost, recognized the need for a world-class facility to match the University of Michigan's growing prominence as a college football powerhouse. Yost's vision was not merely about seating capacity. He saw the creation of a new stadium as a cornerstone of his grand plan for the university's athletic program. His program, called Athletics for All, planned for a football program that would fund the balance of the college sports programs. Yost proposed a stadium with a mammoth 80,000-seat capacity, with a vision for building Michigan Stadium once, for what needs would be in the future. It's easy to become short-sighted in our industry. Extra capacity can be expensive, but when contrasted with starting over, like we see all too often today, extra capacity is far cheaper. For the design, Yost turned to the era's top expert, hiring Michigan alumnus Bernard Green. And to that date, Green had worked on some of the most iconic sports venues of the time, including Yankee Stadium, Comiskey Park, as well as football stadiums at Kentucky, West Point, and Minnesota. And we've noted the importance of hiring the best experts to get the best designs before on Built to Last. We've seen time and time again how the right engineer can make all the difference. Now today, too often I see engineering being commoditized, awarded to the cheapest proposals. The cheap engineers are never the best, and saving money on design and planning never delivers a quality product, often costing the client multiples of the engineering costs and change orders. Yost visited many stadiums that had been built in the 1920s, but settled on what I've heard called the Yale Bowl concept, taken to another level. The site chosen for the stadium was a tract of farmland across from Ferry Field. This location was perfect for the bowl structure envisioned by Green and large enough for the capacity Yost had in mind. Construction began in 1926, and the project quickly faced its first challenge, a natural spring discovered in the stadium excavation. There's a legend that a steam shovel was swallowed by quicksand and remains buried under the stadium today. Ultimately, to resolve the groundwater problems, the plans were changed and the field would be raised by 6 feet. The decision to create a bowl-shaped stadium with a playing field nearly 50 feet below grade within was not just an aesthetic choice, it was solid engineering. By embedding the stadium into the earth on 3 sides, the structure benefited from natural earth support that allowed for a massive seating capacity without the need for a costly structural framing system. The seating bowl itself was designed to permit the addition of seating with the structure that founded at ground level. Here we see a simple design concept that can be easily added on to in the future. Michigan Stadium officially opened its doors on October 1st of 1927 in a rain-soaked game against Ohio Wesleyan. Despite disappointing attendance, only 17,483 fans attended the opener, a fraction of the stadium's potential. Yost's vision was firmly in place. By the end of the month, the first true test came, when Ohio State visited. The game was even more popular than even expected, with a total of 84,401 tickets sold. Yost never wanted to miss an opportunity to promote his stadium, had wooden bleachers constructed around the top of the stadium. And those bleachers remained, so Yost could boast that Michigan had a stadium that seated over 80,000 people. This marked the beginning of college football's most storied rivalry, and the kickoff of Michigan Stadium's legacy of hosting crowds well beyond what most believed possible at the time. The expansion capacity was part of Yost's long-term plan, to get the stadium to 140,000 people. The structure's footings were built in a way that future expansions could increase seating capacities. This foresight proved invaluable, as the stadium would later undergo multiple expansions to reach its current day capacity. From its humble beginnings with crowds of only 17,000 to its present-day status as a stadium seating over 107,001 and a record crowd of 115,000 for the night game against Notre Dame in September of 2013, Michigan Stadium stands as a model of infrastructure that grows and evolves with its community and its needs. Michigan Stadium is more than just a football venue. As infrastructure, it is a testament to the value of visionary leadership, expert design, and long-range planning. Fielding Yost's commitment to building for the future rather than just meeting the immediate needs set a standard that allowed the Big House to stand the test of time. From its carefully selected bowl structure to its capacity for expansion, the stadium reflects the principles of durability and adaptability that we celebrate here on Built to Last. Michigan Stadium serves as a powerful reminder that great infrastructure isn't just about solving today's problems. It's about anticipating tomorrow's needs and building with excellence from the start. Michigan Stadium is without a doubt the Big House, but it's safe to say that Michigan Stadium is in fact built to last.